And we are back. Hello. So, yeah, Cassia.
I didn't see. You look great.
Oh my god, you reproduced your literal costume. OMG.
Kitty club. My cat's right. My cat's right here. I should pick him up.
So Cassia, you like pivot in place as you must do when you're wearing a ball gown and there's no space for you to actually like. What? You turn and Vivica's standing there in like her like hot pants and tank top. And, like,
what is her costume? She's a sexy what? What's her
she's
costume?
Charlie's Angel.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, we're gonna go outside and fucking fight because like the shit you pulled today was unacceptable.
What exactly did I do? Would you explain it to me?
You bitch. Oh my god. Lexi, hold my earrings. She like takes out her big gigantic 60s hoops out of her ears.
And of course at this point I just want to dispel the situation because obviously fighting with her is not going to end well.
Everybody else around you is super into it. They're like backing up and like elbowing each other like, oh my god, they're gonna fucking fight.
Could I try to hypnotize her to make her not want to fight anymore?
Yes.
To just try to avoid this situation?
Yes.
Okay, so that is hot. And I have no strings on her. Okay.
This is not the drama you're looking for.
You don't want to fight the centuries-old vampire. Silly high school girl.
Bitch, you do not want any of this.
Yeah.
10.
All right. What does it say for a 10 up?
They do exactly what you wish and have no idea that anything is wrong.
So she's like handing her earrings to Lexi, and then you like make eye contact and you hypnotize her. You want her exactly to not fight you? Like, what's the exact command?
I kind of want to see a fight, so I think I'm just gonna make her mad at someone else.
Ooh, who?
So yeah, it would be too weird. People would be suspicious if suddenly she was just like, "Oh, never mind." So,
like everybody is standing around. You could take your pick. Basically.
Yeah. Who? I don't know if there's anyone that I don't like. What if it's
Elf literally raised her hand because she wants to eat her. So you can think about it from that perspective.
Roleplay wise, I don't know if you would do it though. Like staying to the character. Like, what is Morgan?
Roger, you want to shoot?
Yeah.
Wait, because
yes.
Morgan and Cassia have like a lot of connections to each other, and I'm assuming that I don't know if she's gonna get eaten or could potentially be eaten.
I will use a string on you to direct her to me.
Oh, all right.
You do know that she likes confrontation, and so maybe through some sort of psychic connection, right?
Yeah.
She would take that for
Right.
Also, we've clearly had some kind of interaction because I have like 4 strings on you.
Yeah.
So,
You saved me from a car.
yeah.
Remember?
So you just sort of see me sort of like arch my eyebrow sort of behind her, you know, like as you're looking at her. Easy direct.
So I take all of the rage that Vivica has against me, and I direct it towards Morgan. And I'm trying to think of what I should convince her she's angry about.
So I have an idea for that. So she's taking off her earrings and she hands them to Lexi and she's talking and she's just like, you know what? I've had it with her shit. I'm tired of putting up with it. I'm tired of playing nice. We're going to put an end to this fucking now. And she turns to Morgan and charges at her. And everybody is like, fucking what? Yeah, she charges at you, Morgan.
All right.
With like her like fake nails clawed up, extended, ready to fight.
Yeah, as soon as she runs at me, immediately like it runs through my head that there's a lot of witnesses. You know, like there are a lot of people here, and she wants to fight. And okay, let's fight, basically. So can I roll volatile to just like stop her cold?
Do you want to lash out?
Yeah, basically, like,
Yeah.
Or, I mean, I could shut her down, but shut her down in such a way that it's violent. I don't know, like, because basically, if she's running at me, my answer is just like clothesliner or something, you know, like
I think this is lash out still.
lash out.
And if you do it successfully, you'll be able to clothesline her.
All right.
We can't see the rolls on the stream
I-
currently.
I just moved it. We're
Okay,
good.
cool.
Bam.
So on a 9, you harm them, but choose one. They gain 1 string on you. They can deal 1 harm to you for free if they want to, or you become your darkest self.
Oh, I can't remember what the ghoul's darkest self is, but
Oh, something cool.
it would be good to do that. I think.
I'm
Hang on, let me-
pretty sure that's what's
let me
up.
check. Oh yeah, you will maim, kill, and destroy anything in between you and the nearest object of your hunger. You will feed relentlessly. I'll only escape my darkest self when someone restrains me for long enough to regain my composure.
So is that you wanted?
Yes.
Excellent.
It turns out the stakes weren't quite enough, you know, and this sort of bloodlust rises in Morrigan. You can almost see like her just like tense entirely, like as this fucking cheerleader, you know, popular girl. I don't know. That's what I'm getting. The vibe I'm getting runs at me. And I just deck her like she goes down like a sack of bricks. You know?
Everybody like gasps, and there's like this thud
Yeah.
as she hits the ground.
And I lean down, like, if I can keep narrating, tell me when to stop.
Oh, go on.
I lean down, sort of like on top of her, like put a knee, you know, like on her stomach, kind of thing, and like a hand on her shoulder, and I stare like directly into her eyes, like, and there's this like crazy sort of like, you know, like lipping, like, you know.
She's like, ew.
It's like a psychotic look.
Yeah, she's afraid.
And I say, you're going to regret that a lot.
Oh shit.
What's like the crowd reaction? Like what's everybody else doing? Like
I am like
I'm not surprised at all.
I'm stunned silent, and I suddenly regret.
You're like,
sending.
"Mm."
Oh, I should not have done that.
Yeah, and like I think that Robin is like watching all of this, and she's like as the crowd shifted, she somehow wound up like right next to Cassia, you know, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't think anything like this was gonna happen at the party."
Now, because I'm in my darkest self, I can't stop.
Yeah.
Like I have to go. Like I wanna be like, come talk to me privately, sort of thing, but I can't. Like
you don't have the presence of mind. I think
I
literally like no one else can see your face as close as Vivica can, so they're like,
there's
oh.
like literal like drool, you know, like you could like the almost like a slavering dog, you know.
Yeah,
like,
everybody else is missing those details. They're like, oh, Morgan's gonna fuck Vivica up, yeah, and you're like, but no, actually, I'm gonna fucking eat you. And Vivica's like,
No. I think when she starts to get to the point to where she may actually eat her in front of everyone,
She's like, you can basically see her leaning in to do that.
yeah, I would run over and pull her off and pull her outside herself if I can, because we're not trying to like expose whatever the fuck is going on with us. And there's a difference between her like gonna actually beat this girl up and that point where she just turns into ghoul.
yeah.
I think at that point I might try and like pull her away.
All
Okay,
right,
so
Avira, hold steady, because I'm pretty sure Morgan is not gonna go quietly.
Totally.
oh no, I mean
I don't expect that at all. Is
It
that
literally says that I will maim, kill, and destroy anything between me and my object of hunger.
So y'all might have to fight. Y'all might need a box.
I am pulling from behind her in an attempt.
Okay.
And maybe hopefully there's something outside I can throw in her way to eat or something. It's kind of is it cold, Nadja?
Yes.
Because
Morgan's definitely not dressed for said cold, by the way. Any normal person would be very cold.
But
Okay.
also Halloween,
You
like,
don't-
who isn't?
Yeah.
do you get cold though?
No, well, that's what I
Well,
mean. Like for
yeah.
I
her.
fail. Yeah,
Okay, so
I
you
failed.
you fail to hold me back, but what does that fail to hold back mean, Tris?
I think, Avira, you're like trying to stop your friend from like going off the deep end, and you're so ineffective. You can't affect the situation. I think you trigger your darkest self as well.
Yeah.
Oh, rough times.
You fucking ghost. You're like, why can't I affect the situation? What
Yeah.
the hell? And
Totally.
and you're having like party flashbacks to when you died.
Of course.
You just fucking
Oh,
ghost.
Lord.
Everybody's like, what the? Did she just fucking disappear? What the fuck is going on at this party? But yeah, Morgan, you are free to move
I
about the nation.
I take the classic route because I've still got her on the ground and she's doing her like, bitch, get off of me thing.
Like, you stop touching me! Oh my
Yeah.
god, you're so gross.
And I do the classic throat rip. Just teeth into neck, into pull out if I can. That's basically my.
Yeah, so a gout of blood sprays across the room, and everybody, like, there's a moment of silence as everybody is like frozen with horror. And then there's like this shuffle at the far end of the room as Troy comes in with a glass of water, and he's like, cat. Holy shit, what the fuck is going on?
I want to say, I feel like Robin got like the worst of that spray. Just
Yeah, you're like full on Carrie right now. Like,
completely. Yeah.
And
I
I'm about to lose my damn mind.
yeah, there's a beat of moment before everyone starts screaming. What do you guys do?
if you look at Morgan during that, not only has she ripped this girl's throat like clean out of her neck, like you can see her like the inner workings of her neck as all the blood sort of spurts out. She's also got this like hunk of flesh in her mouth and she's chewing. You know, like
I'm
grabbing.
right now.
Our chat literally just pasted the Moobot. Always build up, never tear down.
We're welcoming to all sociopaths. Here are Misscliks.
So yeah,
That's
she's
awesome, Elf.
yeah, she's just chewing, and there's like blood and shit like dripping down her chin, and she just looks so happy, like there's this like bliss, like orgasmic bliss in her eyes as she eats this like living flesh.
And Robin is like drenched in blood, and she was horrified.
And you're standing right next to Cassia. That's odd.
Yeah, and she turns to Cassia, and she's like, "Did that really? That was what happened?"
Cassia, can you give me a hold steady? Because like
Yeah, because I'm not
it's
doing
blood
great
everywhere.
right now.
Everything's going to hell.
I'm touching you with all my blood.
Yeah, Robin is so close and like glistening with
Lord.
blood.
Oh, goodness.
Team.
Oh,
No.
Team. I love how everybody was doing so great, and then yeah,
That's what one shots are for.
I think. I mean, call me cliche, but I think you have to hit your darkest self too. I think you've got this little mortal right in front of you that's so scared, and she's so covered in blood, and she just wants to get away from everyone. And she's always been around you anyway, so clearly she wants your attention.
I do.
So my darkest self is. You feed to the point of death whenever you're alone with someone. But I'm not currently
You're
alone
not.
with
You're
anyone.
very strong,
Well-
and you could just carry her outside.
I feel like in this, altered state where I've kind of lost this restraint that I'm constantly practicing, that I take advantage of Robin's feelings for me and it's like, oh hey, let's get out of here.
Kind of like actors show or trick, right?
Yeah, no, let's go get you cleaned up. It's everywhere.
I guess it really is. Thanks, Cassia.
Don't mention it.
And there's just like gnawing sounds in the background.
Yeah, like chewing, crunch, bone sound, goes in for second bite.
Did everyone else run away, or what's going on?
Like,
Oh,
yeah,
there's screaming in panic in the room by now. Like you and Robin are in this like little like idyllic bubble of like, oh, I'll save you. Just come this way with me by yourself.
It's
But yeah, everybody's losing their shit.
Does that count as excusing or forgiving Morgan for their base nature?
It's definitely an excuse. Yeah, I would
'Cause-
call it that.
Yeah, every time you excuse their base nature, take a string on them.
Okay, so you get a string on Morgan then.
Thank you. Brilliant.
Yeah, so Avira, you can see your girlfriend has totally lost her shit.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Because I ghosted out, but I can still touch stuff, I'm just going to start like throwing soft things at her because I'm not trying to hurt her. I'm just trying to get her to pull it together so that we can figure out how to cover this up. Right? So she can acknowledge me. So I'm just like paper towel, throw it at her head.
So you're just like whipping stuff at me? Okay.
Yeah, just to try to get you to like notice me because I need you to be like, fucking Navira, knock it off. I'm eating or something so I can come back.
So you can come back, yeah. So there's this moment of like where I'm getting hit with stuff, and it's like one of those you caught the bear like snacking and it's not really sure what's going on anymore, and you hit me with something and I kind of like perk up a little, though there's still like meat hanging from my mouth. It's like half of Vivica's like shoulder is like hanging out of my mouth as gobbets of like skin. And sorry. And I get hit with another thing, and then like a teacup smashes on the back of my head or something.
Probably like a red Solo cup bings you in the forehead.
Like looking around as if to like find the source. And can I roll to hold steady to see if I realize that it's Avira throwing it? Because
You can
there's a lot of
gaze
people
into
around.
the abyss.
Can I gaze into the abyss? Okay.
Because that's where she is.
Yes.
That's perfect. I'm okay with that. So nope.
So you concentrate and like, because you're familiar with like the otherworldly feel of Avira's presence.
Yeah, like we know each other weird. Sort of thing.
Yeah.
So you concentrate, but you don't get Avira. You get this third presence that's like humming a tune, a jaunty little tune, and it's coming from the kitchen. And like it's got like this overwhelming sense of like detached malice. Like I don't even know if you can call it malice, but like it wants to do bad things, but not because of any hatred or anger, but just to see what would happen.
Would you say that this is a hunger, or because like my point of hunger right now is this girl, and I can't leave her alone, like would this be curious enough to spark like a desire to go there, or is it just like, oh, there's a third thing?
I think there's you get the sense this thing is waiting for you to turn your attention away from Vivica because it wants her. So there's some competition there.
Okay, so I'm going to jealously guard my corpse. I've got a whole corpse to eat. Like I'm not gonna stop. I'm still hungry. I'm gonna keep eating.
You're always hungry.
I guess, yeah, always the hunger.
Can I gaze into the abyss as a ghost, or I don't know this though, do I?
I mean, you could though.
You can gaze into the abyss,
Yeah.
but
I mean, but you could do it under the guise of like trying to help me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's smart. Yeah, I was thinking that actually before, so that makes sense. can I gaze into the abyss to see if I can get into her weird to let her know I'm a ghost and she needs to acknowledge me? Like, is that a thing I can do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Twig my feral brain.
Yeah. So I'll roll weird, right?
Dark. Weird
Or
is
dark, that's what I
Apocalypse
meant.
World.
Right. That other one that I played. Navari. Because weird. There's no modifiers, or there is because I highlighted it? Or is there
No,
not?
there's no
Okay.
modifiers. You get experience.
Got it.
7 to 9. Choose one. The visions are confusing and alarming. The visions are lucid and detailed, but they leave you with a condition drained.
I'll take the drained because I'm already pretty emo, so I don't care.
All right, so you're very faint. Like your energy is quite faint, and you're not able to fling around inanimate objects the way you were with such gusto.
No problem.
But you get a clear image of Nurse Candy in the kitchen, and she's sharpening like one of those like butcher's hatchets.
On like the
Um,
cleaver kind of thing, or
cleaver. And you're also able to like connect to Morrigan.
Okay. So first thing I do is I definitely try to get Morgan to just notice me so I can come back.
So do you just sort of like shout your name into my head or something?
Yeah, because I don't want to, like, the thing is, what I'm realizing now as a result of connecting with Miss Candy is she's probably going to clean up the mess that you leave. And I think that I need to let you get your fill, and then we need to piece the fuck out or move to a different, because there's something weird here. And I'm thinking she's an adult, right? So she's supposed to take care of this stuff. So maybe she's, so I'm just trying to get your attention and then.
So yeah, as soon as you sort of like ping into my head, I imagine you just shouting your own name at me, and I would do the same, sort of like, like Avira,
Yeah, it comes out your mouth what I should exactly. Basically, yeah. So I come back, and then I think I don't try to mess with you because I know what might happen, but maybe I do go look in the kitchen.
Okay.
What are the other two up to?
Yes, let's cut to. So by now, you guys have like gone down a hallway in the back reaches of the house.
Like going to a bathroom or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. To get you cleaned up.
To get all that blood off you. And since my darkest self is like super manipulative and like only cares about what they want and nothing else, I'm like really turning on the charm, like all my vampire powers. And
yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And let me help you with that. And like the like the gentle face touch with like a damp towel. Like kind of trying to make you completely lower your guard and surrender.
Are you trying to turn Robin on?
Maybe.
Yeah, roll me some hot.
Smoking vampire.
I think
it's not as sexy as
I think Robin, you become aware of this like almost desperate hunger behind the veneer of Cassia's like what's the word I'm looking for?
Like suave charm.
Yeah. Yeah, there's she's definitely like, and it's scary. Like you see like a red glint in her eye.
Yeah, that's like I picture myself doing that move where she's like taking it to my face and like trying to wipe it off, and I just take it from her, and I'm like, I think I've got it. Thanks.
You suddenly like you become aware that you're in a very precarious situation with someone that's acting a little off. I mean,
Yeah.
and it's only a little off because you saw somebody get their throat torn out, so your scale is like a bit wider than it otherwise would have been.
Yeah, you've witnessed a gory murder. So.
Yeah,
I mean,
your
it probably
tolerance of
wasn't
weird shit.
murder. I mean, this is like a really popular party. Like they have performance art or something. I'm pretty sure.
Does the
Right?
fact that I'm like her one true love not matter in this situation? I can't like.
I mean, it might. The fact
I
that you
mean-
like are scary, like fiending for something, may or may not impact Robin's actions, but you definitely notice.
I mean, she's definitely scared, but also like kind of excited because Cassie is touching my face, but also
Goals.
like maybe somebody just died. I don't. No, that's fine. So she's like, I want to. I feel like she's misinterpreting the hunger, and is definitely like kind of scared of it. Like I didn't expect it to go quite that far. And I think that she's gonna be like, maybe you can see if Evan's parents have something else I can wear. I think this dress is ruined.
Okay. Let's go to the bedroom and try to find you something to wear.
Well, why don't you go to the bedroom and I'll just clean up in here a little bit.
No, I don't think that's necessary. Like I'm definitely not gonna let her get out of this. As I'm assuming I'm in my darkest self until
Mm-hmm.
I get pulled out of it. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, until you get put in your place is the way that the vampire one
Yeah,
is.
so there's no way that I'm gonna be like, trying to keep up my act of act normal, act like a person. I'm just gonna be like,
So I think Cassie has like been getting closer and closer and closer. You like feel the door against your back, and then suddenly someone pounds on the door from the other side, and it's Steve, and he's like, "Robin, Robin, are you in there?"
I sure am, Steve. We were just leaving. Like,
Who
and then
the fuck is we?
I open the door and like immediately like walk out into Steve if I have to.
And he's dresses himself as he promised, and he like kind of puts his arms around you, like, whoa.
I want to seduce Steve and eat him.
Okay, you can hypnotize Steve.
Yes. Okay.
That's a thing you can do or attempt to do.
Hope the hotness doesn't
You literally just, I'm like training my cats right now. This is redirected aggression. Robin's out, Steve is in. Close the door.
It's just like she's resisting. Steve, feed me.
Oh,
Oh!
Do you have any, does she have a way to boost that at all? It's only if she had a string against her.
Robin could aid her.
Do I want to aid her?
I mean, you love me, don't you?
Hmm.
True love.
Yeah, but jealousy though.
I do.
Are you intuitive enough to know she needs what's happening?
I think so. Like, I think I
Yeah.
realize, like at this moment, as I'm like, Steve is like holding me, and I look back at her, and suddenly it like kind of clicks. Like, I need to not be in there. And so, yeah, like I'll do that thing. Like he like, I like walk out into him, he grabs me, and then we like turn around, and then I go down the hall, and he's like right there, in order for me to spend my string to give you +1 there.
Okay, so that gives me what to it?
7.
Yep, that's a 7. So hypnotize. The hypnosis works, but choose one. They realize you hypnotize them. They fuck up your commands. Their sanity is unhinged.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
say
you're gonna eat him anyway,
yeah, he
so
realizes that it's happening. Because I don't give a shit at this point.
Okay, so he's like irresistibly moving forward, but it's like screaming in his own head. But he like just kind of zombie walks into the bathroom with you.
Do you feast upon him?
I'm trying to decide if I want to, pretend it's going to be something else, or maybe it could be something else before the feeding. 'Cause, I got needs.
I mean, you're
Sure.
controlling his brain.
I mean, you could do whatever you like.
You're hundreds of years old. I mean, you obviously.
Yeah. I think that Steve and I are going to have some fun before I murder him.
Oh my god. This is
All right. So Robin, what you
Coming from
see is
me.
Steve like his eyes are darting around, but he's like moving forward, and like Cassia just kind of shuts the door.
Bye.
Sounds of passion followed by sounds of terror.
Yeah.
And that is
So-
Monsterhearts.
yeah, and I think that Robin is trying to find somewhere else. Somewhere
You're
else to
like,
be.
well, okay, goodbye. I'm leaving.
Yeah, like she really likes Cassia, but not quite enough to get eaten by her. Like close.
Yeah, I feel that.
She's just been a little bit warmer, maybe. But yeah, she's like, I'm out. So I don't know, maybe she'll head to the kitchen to like get a drink or like use the sink even.
Yeah. So before we move to the kitchen, Cassia, because you fed on someone, Steve, for the first time, you 1 mark experience. 2, you can heal 1 harm if you have it. And you can carry a +1 to your next roll.
Okay.
You can't choose they don't die because he's so dead because you're in your
Yeah.
darkest self.
Super dead.
Yeah,
He's-
your darkest self drain him dry.
He is dead AF.
Okay.
But you feel refreshed. So,
I'm sure he had a good time before the killing.
you know, his last moments were,
the non-consensual hypnotism sex.
yeah,
Right.
it was great. No, it wasn't. So yeah, Robin, you're like rubbing your arms as you walk down the hallway because you've been a little spooked. And you come up behind Avira, who's standing in the doorway of the kitchen. And beyond Avira, you see, of all people, Nurse Candy. And she's sharpening a meat cleaver.
Oh, I didn't expect any of the staff to be here.
And she stops and she turns and she says, "Oh, hello, children."
I'm afraid I think I need to use the sink.
Oh, you are a little, bloody there, aren't you? You're exactly the person I've been looking for. Avira, it's lovely to see you too. I'm glad you managed to become corporeal again.
The sound of a bone cracking in the living room as I
Yeah.
snap open a fucking femur or something.
And Robin just kind of like smiles, ignores the comment about corporeal, and like winces subconsciously when the bone snaps, but like is very hardcore ignoring it.
I'm going to be traumatized after this.
Yeah.
This is a party. Gotta have a good time.
I think that I want to gaze into the abyss again because I'm super suspicious now because I already got her in my last vision when I was
Mhm.
trying to get Elf to let me out and she shouldn't have been in there and now I'm like, what the fuck? Because she
Mhm.
looks like she's either gonna come after the monsters or come after the humans, both of which I'm not really okay with. So
Gaze away.
I will do that.
The darkness looks back.
Mhm.
Darkness is like, Hagar, hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right.
Alright.
So on a 10 plus, choose 2. The visions are lucid and detailed. The visions show you what you must do, and you carry 1 forward to doing it. The visions cure you, removing a condition.
So, what was the first one again? I'm sorry.
The visions are lucid and detailed.
I think the first two probably, because the only condition I have is frigid, and I don't care.
Yeah, you're
about
like,
being
I mean,
frigid.
whatever.
Yeah, why? Yeah, the first one and with the second one.
So you get 2 visions. One is of the past. You see yourself stumbling out of a party, and you've obviously like imbibed some substance, and you like kind of stagger and fall to the ground. And Nurse Candy picks you up and drags you off somewhere, and you see your body being dismembered bit by bit and sewn onto other bodies, including your friend Morrigan. This is something she's done before. And you get a vision of the future of her gathering whomever she can from this party and repeating the process and creating more constructs like Morrigan.
Wow. Okay. Then
Blessed be the creator.
yeah, exactly. But do I see when I see the future? Is it a bleak future or is it like just she's just making more ghouls?
Is it a bleak future when everybody dies and you chop them up and put them back together?
Yeah.
and new people?
I like
I
Morgan.
don't know.
I mean,
I
if
like Morgan.
you're cool with everybody being ghouls, it's perfectly fine. I mean, but if you're it depends, like, how do you feel about being killed in that fashion, and do you want to see it happen to other people?
I guess the thing, because she actually did it to me intentionally,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
like, I see. So then with this unresolved trauma move that I have, does going into this dark trigger that? Because this is whenever you project the blame and trauma of your death.
I mean, she is definitely to blame.
Yeah. Roll with dark. So should I roll again now?
Yes.
And then we'll place some blame.
Yes. And everyone will know what she has done.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Roll 2. I was murdered
Yeah.
with dark. On a 7 to 9, give up to 2 people the blamed condition, but for each, choose 1. You gain the delusional condition. You can't speak during the scene. You suffer 1 harm. You start reenacting the scene of your death.
I would say I probably is there so who's around right now? Like
Right now, it's Robin and Nurse Candy. Morgan is in the background chewing
I'm
on
like
something.
in the room behind.
here's what I'm thinking. I notice this vision. So I want to get Miss Candy I want to get Morgan to know what's going on with Miss Candy. So I freak out and start reenacting my death because Miss Candy is there, but I want to try to get it so that she's in the way so that Morgan will get distracted and eat her. Does that make sense?
So you're trying to direct me towards Miss Candy.
Towards Miss Candy because we don't want her really doing this anymore.
So are you sort of like backing up into the room where I am?
I'm like starting to freak out and like reenact my death in the living room to try to get her and everybody to come out.
Yeah, Nurse Candy follows you with the cleaver, and she has this like avaricious look on her face, and she walks right past you, Robin. She's completely distracted by this reenactment. Morgan, you see in your feeding frenzy, you see Nurse Candy come out of the kitchen wielding this cleaver, staring at Avira, who is like, looks like she's dizzy or drunk or something, and she's
There are 2 people in this room with heartbeats, and both of them are in that direction.
That
Mhm.
is true. Now, can I don't know. This
What?
what I want to do, I don't know. I mean, I guess I can do it. What I want to do is like as she walks past me, not paying attention, I want to try to trip her.
Okay.
So like she walks past me, and I stick my foot out and do the classic, she's
Uh,
tripping on something.
yeah, lash out physically, I think is the best.
Nice.
Either that or a shutdown.
All right, let's lash out physically then.
Yeah, I think she'll take harm if she trips
Ball
with a
attack.
fucking meat cleaver in her hand.
Yeah, good call.
Give him the volatile. Do it. Do
Alright.
it.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
You did.
So on a 10 up, you deal them harm and choose one. The harm is great. Add one. You gain 1 string on them. They need to hold steady before they can retaliate during the scene.
Hmm.
I mean, I'll tell you what my next move is, and that's hearing the thumping to the floor. My head snaps up, and there's a new living thing on the ground that I could eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they need to hold steady before they can retaliate because they are on the floor, like, laid out, and they get harm from. She hurts herself by landing on her cleaver, but I don't think it's like great harm. I think it's just regular harm.
Okay. So she like maybe like it slices, like she folds her arms to hit the floor and like the cleaver slices into one of her arms and she takes a
Mhm.
harm. So she's bleeding and she hits the floor pretty hard and she looks up when she hears this growl from Morgan. And she is going to hold steady.
It's I would say it's not so much a growl, it's just like a creepy laugh. You know, like there's fucking blood and flesh in my teeth, and it's just like all over my face, and there's just this crazy eyes.
Yeah,
know?
she loses her shit. She's like, no,
Don't care who their
it
mamas
wasn't
are.
supposed to be this way. And she starts
Just-
trying to scramble backwards.
And as I sort of like move off in sort of like this crouched like stance from the corpse that I've been devouring, like there's just blood everywhere. And you just hear like oh, I'm so hungry. And I attack just the same way. Like she's on the ground, immediately like it's like a pounce, and it's
Yeah.
like teeth and like wrenching fingers, like I'm basically like ripping into her as much as I can.
And I assume Avira and Robin are just like, yep, this is happening.
Yeah,
You want me,
I think
Yeah.
so.
do you want me to volatile? Or did she already
She's dead.
okay.
Yeah, she's super dead. I think the last thing that we see is the bathroom door creaking open and Cassia sweeping out of it in her glamorous ballroom dress and like touching a bit of toilet paper to her mouth daintily as you do.
So am I no longer in my darkest self because I fed, or still just going?
Oh no, you're still there.
Still your
Oh,
dog.
still your dark
You're
self.
still your darkest self. But I think you've what have you learned about being a teenager in the modern era? Let's leave on that note. What has Cassia learned?
Oh boy. I think I've learned that I think I'm gonna go slinking back to like my cave in England after this year is over. I'm not gonna continue on with high school because it's just nothing but drama. Because not even just like teenagers are so dramatic, but the fact that I'm 400 years old and have seen and done all these things, I realized that human teenagers are not interesting enough that I want to put up being bored out of my mind in class.
That's fair.
So we get this like great visual of Cassia in her ball gown and masquerade mask, and she's so over everything, and you just like slow-mo walk out of the room while Morrigan is like ravaging this body as Avira and Robin look on. You're like,
She's gonna start like sweep over them as she's eating.
yeah, you're like, I'm so bored with all of this. And
I
that,
had visions of just like standing around waiting until she was done and then helping her salvage whatever parts she could take from what she had and
I like how
them up
yeah,
and
Avira is just my accomplice entirely.
yeah. So, Robin, do you have any last thoughts about your wonderful Halloween party experience?
Like I picture Robin like just like standing there, like she trips Miss Candy and she's standing there right next to Avira as they're just watching uh Morgan just rip into her body. And it's just that scene where like she just like slips her hand into Avira's hand and they just stand there and watch it.
I love it.
Need comfort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's cold as ice. Like
Yeah, totally.
I'm cold.
I imagine sort of like if I can, like the last shot, like the pull out shot is like through the room, out the front door, and like you see Cassia like walking out the door as it pulls out, and it fades to black, and you just hear like wet, squelching, chewing, crunching, bone cracking noises. And then the credits play, you know. Like,
Mhm.
Yay! We
That's
did a
what I-
Monsterhearts. Good
That
job,
was fun.
team.
I'm always amazed at how much I laugh when people do creepy shit.
Yeah.
I find it so weird how because that's my MO, right? People, they have their own scary things. So for me, when I'm really into it, even if it's creepy, I'm just like joy.
Oh my goodness.
I
That's awesome.
absolutely adore doing that laugh. By the way, that's my go-to.
That was good.
scare you in
That
the
was
night
really
laugh.
good.
Not gonna lie, I get creeped out really easily, and I would put that up there with the Michael
Wow.
Jackson Thriller laugh,
See-
which is
see-
my top fearful.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
Good
But
job.
see, that laugh is usually employed at like LARP games where it's really dark and I'm playing a zombie or something. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh my god, we're never going out together unless I'm on your team. If I'm on your team, then it'll be okay because then I'll know. It'll be like a call, you know.
Yikes. All right, team. Let's close out our spoopy session. Let everybody know who you are, where you can be found, and what you do on ye old internet. Starting with Stephanie.
Sure. My name is Stephanie. I go by Avison Online. I am the community manager over at Roll20, which is this gorgeous software that we are using. And if you want to support me, please check it out. It's roll20.net. It's free. And we love hearing from people and feedback and blah, blah, blah. I am actually going on a break from Misscliks for the first time in 4 years, starting tomorrow. So this is my last hurrah. I've been doing nothing but Misscliks for 4 years, and I have now left everything I've done in the very capable hands of a lot of these awesome people, actually. And I am super excited to take a break. I'm going back to school to finish my degree, so that's exciting. I had to drop out a couple years ago due to money. Actually, 8 years ago. It's been that long. So it's a big step for me. So I'm not going to be gone forever, but I'm going to be taken back a little bit and not doing social media personally for a while. But if you want to hear my voice and you like me, obviously Roll20 is where I will be. And I mainly wanted to also at the end thank Naja for really taking on the majority of that shit for me. So thank you. I think you're in some very capable hands, and it was awesome to meet somebody randomly at a panel who told me, I want to work with you. Let's do it. And here we are, 2 years later.
Yeah, a year and a half, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So, well, it was a couple. It was, I guess, TwitchCon to TwitchCon, essentially, right? Or no.
It was Gen Con 2015.
That's right. So yeah, so and then with that, my 2-year anniversary at Roll20 is also this week. So it's 2 years of me in internet world. Longest job I ever kept, guys. Here to stay.
GG.
Anyway, so sorry for taking up more time, but this is my last thing before I go. So
It's cool. We love you.
We love you.
Thank you. So anyway, it's been fun, and I will see you guys in 2017, refreshed and
Woo!
happy.
Yes. Elf, do some outros.
Oh, hi. I'm Distracted Elf. I am a full-time partner streamer on Twitch. I do things over there on my channel, twitch.tv/DistractedElf. You can also find me on Twitter at DistractedElf. I am very consistent everywhere. I'm Distracted Elf. I also play in the Roll20 Presents Adventures League games on Thursdays and on Fridays now,
And-
Apocalypse World too. So
Sorry, I'm really
hell
excited.
yeah, more tabletop stuff. So am I, Steph. Like I got the glasses.
Aren't you
right here.
doing like a special guest thing tomorrow?
And I am being a special guest. Yes, tomorrow, right here, Misscliks for Seaborn. So that'll be
Who are you
fun.
filling in for? Who's not?
Anna.
Oh, you're filling in for Anna again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I thought it was you.
Yeah,
and Anna.
it was supposed to be like 2 weeks, but then Neil had to.
Oh, that's right, because they did that other one.
I did
Yeah.
Firebrands with them
Yeah,
last
yeah,
week.
yeah. Awesome. That's gonna be fun.
So yeah, cool things ahead. Lots of tabletop coming up. None of it on my channel, but I'm everywhere else. You know, so that's awesome. If you come over to my channel, you'll be named at things and then die, like RimWorld or XCOM or any of that stuff. I do all that kind of thing. And I'll creepy laugh for you anytime you want. So if you want to hear it again, just come on by and I'll do it. No problem.
Aw, that's a generous offer, team.
Not even
Lucy.
on the high seas, under the high seas. Spoiler.
So I'm Lucy, aka Ragtime Mouse with an underscore at the end. I don't know who has just Ragtime Mouse, but it's not me. And normally I am doing Gutsy on Mondays just by my lonesome. This was like our special one-off for Halloween. So if you want to see more of me, come back next Monday. And I'm always streaming horror games every Monday, 6:30 to 8 on Misscliks.
Lovely. Kelsa.
Hi guys, I'm Kelsa. I play a lot of tabletop RPGs online, like 5 days a week, which is a lot. So if you want to see me do weird voices, every single character has a different voice, and I pride myself on that. I run Blades in the Dark on Wednesdays. I play in I have to remember all the shows I'm in. Jesus, hard. A Mutants and Mastermind game on Thursdays, a Mouse Guard game on Fridays, more Blades in the Dark on Saturdays, and I already forgot Tuesdays, which is a alpha playtest of a system one of my friends is writing. You can find out all of those things scheduled on my page, which is twitch.tv/KelsaDelphi. And also you can follow me on Twitter at Kelsa, which is where I tweet about all the things that I'm doing like this and every day. Or a day.
Good job getting the Twitter handle. That's so nice.
I know, right?
I've been on Twitter since 2007, so
Okay, so you just snuck it. You snuck it in there.
I snuck in the early days.
There's somebody that's like, who has just at Kelsa? Who the fuck did that? And it was you. Was that all? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was it. I got a lot of things, but those are all the things.
Okay.
Who are you?
I'm Tristeray, aka Naja Otikor, and I run games for Misscliks. Right now, I am working primarily on Prophecy, which is Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Feel free to check that out. That's a 5th edition D&D campaign. I've got some Apocalypse World in the works. Still can't tell you all the details on that, but it is going to be fire. And I put together one-shots when I have time. When I'm not doing tabletop role-playing games, I am playing Overwatch and swearing at the screen. I am playing WoW and swearing at the screen. Play some RimWorld. less swearing there for whatever reason. But yeah, I do all of my video gaming over on twitch.tv/TrisRay. And you can follow me on Twitter at Trist_CHI if you want to hear my insights on literally every fucking thing. And just as a final reminder, this has been first edition of Monsterhearts that we've played for you today. Please check out the Kickstarter for second edition of Monsterhearts because this game is amazing and I can't wait to see all of the revamps for the second edition. There's some awesome stuff in there. Definitely check that out. Other than that, I think we're all good. Have a happy Halloween. Don't bite anybody's throat out. And enjoy the rest of your week.
Aw, don't bite anyone's throat out.
Be nice.
Metaphorically bite their throat out.
Yeah.
Everyone, come back next
Halloween.
week.
Yeah, definitely. And
Yeah.
thank you, Lucy,
Yeah.
for having us.
Yeah,
it
thank
was
you.
great. Let's do this again next year.
Oh,
Or in
absolutely.
between.
Absolutely. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.